Oh hey there, it's DJ Fresh and welcome back to the channel. Over the last year or so I talked about starter DJ gear, talked about beginner DJ controllers and things of that nature. One of the things that I touched on last year when I was doing the DJ starter guide, which you can watch up here. The thing about DJing is that it can be a bit cost prohibitive. I first got my 1200s in the late 90s and I had a very super crappy job at a place called Funtasia. And as soon as I made enough money to get a pair of 1200s and a Gemini mixer and like a couple records, I was gone. I was also 16 years old and I had the freedom to do that. Now, if you're an adult or if you have a 9-to-5 job that pays you barely living wage, but you want to get into DJing, the cost of equipment really shouldn't stop you. You never know who's gonna be the next great like DJ Babu. They never have a chance to get equipment and practice on it. Anyway, I had this thought of doing a video selecting some great beginner DJ gear that will last you a little while and trying to do that with a budget. So right now we're gonna go with a budget of $1,200. Even to me now in 2021, that's still a lot of money. So the website that I'm going to use today is actually Guitar Center. This video is not sponsored by Guitar Center, but it's one of the most easily accessible stores throughout the United States. And they have a pretty good catalog of used items, which we're also going to look at today. So let's get started. The first thing that we need are obviously turntables. Luckily, we live at a time where you have other options, you have budget options. We'll look to something that is considered a super OEM turntable. A good one is the Audio Technica. Let's see. Here we go. Audio Technica's LP120X. I've used this turntable at a couple places here in Seattle. The torque is not as great as a 1200, but it's pretty good. It's pretty sturdy. They're pretty easy to cut on though. So those would be a good like first set. And here they are new for $280 a piece. $280 for a turntable isn't that bad. So let's get 2 of these. Add to cart. So right now we're at $558 and we're gonna need a mixer. One of the ones that I suggested when I did that video last year was the Newmark Scratch. Great mixer. You can use Serato DJ Pro with it. It's good for scratching, good for mixing. Just an all-around great mixer if you can't afford a Pioneer S11, S9, or S7. Actually, let's go a little bit further and see if we can find a used one. So this is $500. So that's all, we're already like pretty close to our budget here. So let's see if we can find a oh, here's one. Here's a few. All right, here we go. Used Newmark DJ Scratch Mixer, $349. Great condition. Add to cart. So right now we're at $907. You're gonna need needles, so let's see what we have. I would honestly suggest, I think Reloop makes needles that are pretty good. They're the ones that I use on my portable turntable, and they work pretty well. So let's see. Here we go, Ortofon ohm needle. We'll get 2 of those, $42 each. All right, we're at $991.97. Let's get monitors, because you'll need those. Otherwise, you can't hear anything. What do we have for cheap audio monitors? I know M Audio has some decent ones. Oh, here we go. M Audio, not the greatest monitors of all time, but you get a pair and it's $90. So what are we looking at right now? $1081.96. So we still have about $180 to mess around with. We have a mixer, turntables, we have cartridges, we have monitors. So the thing about getting the Newmark Scratch is that they don't come with control vinyl, so you'll need to buy your own. So let's see how much Serato vinyl is. See if we can find a cheap one. You can get a pair of control vinyl you can get black ones for $29. You don't need anything fancy right now, you're just starting out. So we'll do those. So we got about $90 to go. What do we have in the way of slip mats? You're gonna want some good slip mats. Here we go, butter rugs. Those are the ones that I would always recommend. And luckily you get like a pair. With one, that's $20. All right, so we're at $1129.96 right now. So I think the only other thing that we're missing, and this is not bad, like we're still under $1,200. I think the only thing I would recommend is a pair of headphones. I always suggest using, like, especially if you're starting out, just getting like maybe like some $20 Sony headphones that you know you can beat up. But let's see what we can find that's a little bit cheaper, but not terrible. Tascam recording studio headphones. These are ones that I used when I was in college, and they actually worked pretty well. Later on, I ended up using them when I would DJ until they got jacked at a battle. So the Ryan Fresh seal of approval, if you will. All right, so where are we at right now? We're at $1153.96. That's not bad. We have almost everything that we need, barring RCA cords. You have a very good like vinyl starter setup right here. So we have headphones, slip mats, control vinyl, monitors, needles, turntables, and a mixer, and all for the low price of $1153.96 before tax or shipping. Like I said, $1,200 is a lot of money, even to me, but it's attainable if you budget correctly and you know what you're saving for. And you know, you're getting gear here that'll last you a while until you're ready to move on to 1200s or Pioneers. And this is something, again, that I would suggest for people who want to start on vinyl or want to be vinyl DJs. Obviously, I don't think that there's anything wrong with controllers, but I do think that there's something to be said about starting with records. I think it's easier to move up to controllers rather than start from controllers and try to move to vinyl. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any other budget gear that you'd suggest, put them down in the comments. Check out my goings-on ryanfresh.com and follow me on all the socials. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. And you know, it's summertime. I'm working on doing more videos, but I'm also getting back out there, which also reminds me, you can book me here. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'm DJ Ryan Fresh, and I will check you guys later. Peace.